first presenter is Zaki Al-Muzaki from the University of Manchester, who's talking about institutional pathways for subnational government access to transnational green infrastructure finance.
Right. Thank you everyone. My name is Taufik Firdaus Al-Muzaki. You can call me Zaki. I'm a first year of PGR student from the University of Manchester. I also work as a civil servant in Indonesia under West Java provincial government. The share proportion of public expenditures mostly are under subnational government. So it reflects how important the subnational government. And moving further, there are very huge gap of transnational climate financing, especially for the cities. From the CCFLA data so far in 2024, city estimated to require 4.3 trillion annually to achieve the climate decarbonization target by 2030. Meanwhile, at the same time, in 2021 until 2022, there's only reached around 840 billion. So very huge gap. And one of the sectors is transportation. That's why it also motivates my case studies for discussing further. So I would like to say there is kind of a subnational paradox where the subnational government play important things for delivering the public sectors, especially for climate financing, but at the same time, there are very strict or limited access for the climate financing itself. Under the paradigm diplomacy literatures, they are mostly talking about how subnational government make engagement with international entities, but sometimes there are less discussion about how can it mobilize climate financing into more feasible pathways. Yeah, I then move to the case studies that I like to propose so far. Is Bandung, under West Java province. As information, West Java has a very huge population. There's number one, the most populous province in Indonesia. It has a 50 million population, so it's very dense. And 60% of Indonesian population now living in urban area. This is why the green mobilization in urban area become very significant things to be examined further. It has paradiplomatic stories that classify it into several stages from a process tracing mechanism. But again, this is very initial step. Early findings, of course, to be shared to you. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. We have a few minutes for questions. I'm one of the editors of the Cambridge Journal of Regions, Economy and Society. We have a special issue coming out on cities and climate change.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of cities are the agents of making the changes because they're the ones that are dealing with all the issues. And I thought you did a really good job of explaining the capacity challenges.
Yes,
so
true.
you're saying that Bandung isn't getting the same advantages as other places because of
yes, actually there are at least two aspects that need to be considered. The first, in global south context, you know that the subnational government mostly rely on the capacity of central government. Then second one, the structure of the governance itself, especially Indonesia, is more centralized. It's not federal governance. So everything must be under central government approval. So sometimes it creates the ecosystem for over-reliance to central government. So the capacity of subnational government is not really evolved. So you can imagine. But the demand for creating the infrastructure for the public become increasing, especially for the number of population now living, 60% living in the urban area. It's not longer in the village. You know, the mobilization is very priority issues for providing the infrastructure.
And I think that was, back to the Bogota example, I think that was one of the things that they identified was the economic argument of moving people into the central area so they could get jobs and so on and moving back.
True.
And of course they had the challenges like some of our, in our country, for example, where you've got municipal, then you have provincial, and then you have the national governments, and they often don't see eye to eye. And there's favoritism, obviously, and every 4 years there's a change of government.
Yes,
right?
sure.
So you've got those political challenges.
Yeah, right? That's why.
Well, maybe we'll stop.